So you can see those live visuals of Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his convoy. As you can see, his car has been showered with petals, as has been pointed out by the correspondent from Network 18. The fact that it is the trader community that has gathered in full strength outside the venue to only welcome and catch a glimpse of Prime Minister Modi, who, as we all know, is greatly admired in Gorakhpur. And in Gorakhpur right now, he will also be attending the opening ceremony of the Centenary year celebrations of the Gita Press. As we all know, these centenary celebrations are taking place in the afternoon, and Prime Minister Modi is expected to address this gathering right now. During the program, he will also be visiting the Lal Chitra temple and will also have a photo session with the trustees of the Gita Press. He will be addressing a gathering also during the Gita Press centenary celebrations. Important to inform you that the opening ceremony of the centenary celebrations of the Gita Press was graced by the then President Ramnath Kovind earlier. And today, as we can see, Prime Minister will be attending the Gita Press centenary event. It will be the closing of that centenary celebrations that are taking place. And shortly after this is the much-awaited flagging off of the two Vande Bharat Express. The first, of course, being the one that will be connecting the most important route between Gorakhpur and Lucknow. Let me inform you about how significant the Vande Bharat Express will be for the tourists also traveling all the way from Lucknow to Gorakhpur. This is going to be one route which will also be covering some significant destinations like Ayodhya, Kushinagar and Siddharthnagar. Now, why are these important areas in terms of tourism? Because remember, this is the entire belt which has Buddhist pagodas, which also has a significant presence of Buddhism and is also bordering with the country of Nepal. And that is why they also get a huge influx of tourists who wish to visit. Now, on the left side of your screen, you can see visuals of all those young monks from one of the mutts in Gorakhpur that also, as we all know, Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Adityanath, belongs to. He's also part of a mutt in Uttar Pradesh. And on the left side of your screen, you can see those visuals. For more details, let's also get in a sense of perspective from Rakesh Sinha, one of the BJP politicians, joining me on the phone line. राकेश जी, बहुत ही गर्व का दिन है आज, क्योंकि हमें पता है उत्तर प्रदेश में प्राइम मिनिस्टर पहुंचे हुए हैं। गोरखपुर में 2 वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस ट्रेन फ्लैग ऑफ की जाएंगी। पर अभी सबसे पहले इस गीता प्रेस इवेंट के बारे में हमें बताइए, कितना सिग्निफिकेंट है ये, क्योंकि ये सेंटेनरी इवेंट है।
देखिए, पूरा देश गीता प्रेस गोरखपुर के योगदान के लिए, उसके कंट्रीब्यूशन के लिए कृतज्ञ है, और उससे अधिक कृतज्ञता माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी का है, जिन्होंने गीता प्रेस गोरखपुर के उस योगदान को, उस कंट्रीब्यूशन को एक्नॉलेज किया है। जिस गीता प्रेस गोरखपुर पर कांग्रेस पार्टी ने एक ऐसा सवाल उठाया है, ऐसा ऊंचा सवाल उठाकर उसकी निंदा की है, उसी वक्त प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने गीता प्रेस के उस वैधानिकता को, उस सम्मान को बरकरार रखा है। Most important thing is that Gita Press Gorakhpur has contributed in the cultural trajectory of India. It has published more than 14 crore books and not less than 18 crore Bhagavad Gita. This shows that how Gita Press has reached to the common masses. Its General Kalyan has been one of the most popular general who served the people and creating sanskar and sanskriti in this country. Therefore, I think that in modern India, there is no parallel of Gita Press Gorakhpur.
Right.
It has been consistent, and its founder, just one second, its founder Hanuman Prasad Poddar was just like a son. Therefore, Prime Minister reaching in Gita Press Gorakhpur is a acknowledgement of the Gita Press role, and the country is very thankful to our Prime Minister for acknowledging the role of Gita Press Gorakhpur.
Mr. Sinha, you very rightly talked about the contribution that Gita Press has made, but let's also talk about the historical significance of it. Remember, it's been a body that was established in 1923, also happens to be one of the largest publishers in the world. They've published close to over 400 million books in more than 14 languages.
You know, Gita Press, when there was a freedom movement, Gita Press Gorakhpur was creating a cultural consciousness among the people. While you are creating the consciousness among the people, India's very base is a cultural nationalism. And during the freedom movement, during the colonial period, the culture was being attacked. Congress during the freedom movement has not passed even the 2 or 3 resolutions on the India's culture being attacked by the colonial forces. Therefore, in that context, in pre-independent India, its role is a very significant and vital. In post-independent India, it revitalized our spiritual text, contextualized in the modern way. Therefore, it leads to the biggest thing that is to the very, very common masses at a very low price, very cheap price to the common people. And that's why Gita Press Gorakhpur is a household name. When any opposition party or any leader attacks Gita Press Gorakhpur, this shows that they are disconnected the people, or they have contempt for the Gita Press Gorakhpur. But this government has acknowledged this role. And our Prime Minister has always gives the importance to the process, to the institution, to the actors who have played great role in revitalizing our culture and society.
Absolutely. And when you say that, there are many who are questioning that significance, because we know that Prime Minister's visit at the moment is coming 3 weeks after that controversy erupted over conferring of the Gandhi Peace Prize to the publisher of the Gita Press. What would you like to say to those naysayers?
You know, Mahatma Gandhi was close to Hanuman Prasad Poddar, and he had given valuable support to Mr. Poddar, and he acknowledged his role. Later on, the Indian state, after independence, became very, very pseudo-secular, and in pseudo-secularism, the government avoided and neglected, ignored, and coerced such institutions, and the Marxists dominated the Indian state. Therefore, they created such a situation that such institutions, such actors, and such publications should be suppressed. But due to their quality, due to their connectivity, the organic connectivity with the people and the spiritual history of India, and the progressive role of the Gita Press Gorakhpur, that could not be suppressed and coerced. Hanuman Prasad Poddar became the saintly name before the people. Therefore, those parties which are particularly Congress party opposing the giving award to Gita Press Gorakhpur shows that they have been completely disconnected with the India's culture, and they are taking a stance of anti-Hindu stance. But at the same time, the most popular Prime Minister of the country, who is known for giving importance to culture as much as to economy and politics, his presence in Gita Press Gorakhpur is an acknowledgement not only of the present Gita Press Gorakhpur, but to all those people who contributed since 1920s in Gita Press Gorakhpur, and who celebrated the Gita Press Gorakhpur. This is recognition of each and every individual's contribution.
Which is why, Mr. Sinha, important to highlight the fact that when you talk about a Hanuman Prasad Poddar, and when we talk about the Gandhi Peace Prize, which as we all know is conferred on those who espouse the ideals of Mahatma Gandhi, and the fact that it is open to all persons regardless of nationality, race, language, caste, creed, or even gender. What would you like to say, critics, when they're saying that this award was only an agenda by the BJP to put Hindutva forward?
You know, they cannot draw a parallel of the Gita Press Gorakhpur. If Gita Press Gorakhpur would not be acknowledged and awarded, then which press they propose to acknowledge and to be awarded? This is the press which is one of the first press in the country which has given importance to Indian languages. And it published its journals and books in all the Indian languages to reach every person. So it transcended the limits of the languages and diversity of India is at the core of the Gita Press Gorakhpur. Every article has a progressive aptitude to create a more cultural, viable situation in the country. Therefore, the critic, particularly Jairam Ramesh and his colleagues,
that's exactly